month ago, I cut off the pinky and ring finger of my left hand. This is that story. I was here. This is my new studio space. I'm building it out. I was using this saw and I made three mistakes. Battery here is removed for demonstration purposes. First is that I had the blade set deeper than I usually have it. The next thing is the grip. I was holding my thumb down on the safety and my finger just hovering above the trigger. Lastly, and perhaps most importantly, is the guard. This guard keeps your hand safe from the blade. I had raised it so that I could do tinier little cuts. That of course naturally puts my hand in a very perilous position. Then all it takes is for me to be working on some wood. I take a break for a second, get a notification, bing, what was that? Accidentally trigger it, and that was it. Immediately pain, like getting your hand slammed in a car door. I'm looking down and I'm realizing this is bad, this is bad, this is forever. But your mind then just goes into go mode. I was alone, so I was like, can't pass out. Just get control of the situation. So I grab paper towels, call the ambulance, 911, they're on their way. Call Paul, he's downstairs, he comes up. Call Casey, he's not here, but he'll be at the hospital later. I'm just waiting here, holding the mess that is my hand. And I'm thinking about through what I just saw, and I'm remembering that there's a lot of me missing. But where did it go? So I'm looking around the studio. This is not a huge room. I look down into the sawdust. There's sawdust everywhere. Wood chips. That one's not a wood chip. I reach down, pick up out of the sawdust the tip of my pinky finger. About 5 minutes later, the EMTs come through the door. Dylan and Brian, thank you very much. They get my hand all wrapped up, situated, put my pinky in a little bag, and we're on the way to the hospital. My pinky and me then get out of the ambulance, into the hospital. The bag has my finger in it. My hand gets an x-ray, my pinky gets its own x-ray, and now we're just waiting to hear what the doctor will say. Unfortunately, what the doctor has to say is that little pinky bit that's covered in sawdust is not a clean cut, so it's going to be hard to attach. There's not a lot of bone to attach it to. And also the sawdust are gonna make complications for infection and whatnot later on. It could even fall off after they try to put it on. As for the other fingers, this one got sliced right through the tip, so there really wasn't much left. This one got cut up too, but it just needed to heal. I did lose the nail and some feeling at the tip, but otherwise it's gonna be okay. I was awake for all of it, and Dr. Sullivan worked on me for 3 hours. It was a long 3 hours. But that night I was able to go home and sleep in my own bed. Unfortunately, that first night was hard. They don't lie to you when they talk about PTSD. Like that moment just replays over and over in your mind. Oh, if I could have just, but it's permanent and you can't go back. The hand was done for, but what's gonna happen with the rest of my life? That's what I didn't know, and that's what freaked me out the most. The only way to get out of that for me is to stay busy. So the next day, I went right back in. There's like a lot of wood chips around, but I can't tell if it's like a wood chip or a piece of my finger. This is a piece of my finger bone. I just found it on the ground. That's crazy. I don't have any trauma to hearing this saw go on, so at least that's good. Wow. This is definitely not doctor recommended. But I just have to do something. Otherwise, I'm getting too scared of it. still doable. Talking to some friends that have had other traumatic experiences, there's a common thread that's really interesting, and it's that if you are on the way to do something or you are completing a task and an accident like this happens to you, there's something in your brain that's like, if you can finish the thing you were doing, it's all gonna be okay. Like a friend got in a car wreck and she was like, if I could just make it home, the place I was going to, I would be fine. For me, it was the project I was building, this loft. Yes. Yes. Looks good. Looks good. It's time for a good old-fashioned hoist. This thing is so heavy. People did offer to help me do this, but it's kind of just like it's a mental thing. I need to do it. This is the main thing that's been affected by my finger so far. If I can finish the plan, then it's like everything's gonna be okay. Yes. 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 Oh my God. Oh my God. Getting that loft up was huge and gave me the confidence that I wasn't done for yet. I've been making more videos and getting stronger day by day. Got a bunch of plans I'm excited about, projects that are gonna be fun, so you'll be seeing more of me, don't worry. Until then, pinkies up. Okay, this is day one of hand movement. That's about as far as I can go. Month and a half post-surgery and a lot of work, getting better.